I would rate this test 6.5 band. As you know, there are 4 criteria: fluency and coherence, lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. You need to work on pronunciation of certain words. You used rural. It is rural, like rural areas, not rural area. It's a bit awkward. And in terms of grammar, yes, you have good command on grammar, but at certain places you committed mistakes. But good sentences you had used, like I prefer, someone has to be, get the best out of somebody. So these are the good structures. You were using good range of simple, compound and complex sentences. So that's why it has given you good score. And if I talk about lexical resources, yes, you were using good words at certain responses: intimacy, harmony, spatial bonding, somehow, lacking information, nostalgic. So these are the vocab which has enabled you to give good response, and which got a good score to you. Your rate of speech is a bit high. I think you should work on that. Just slow it down a bit, and rather speaking that fast, you can control your rate of speech. It will give you control on your intonation as well. Just because you speak too fast, you lack intonation, you don't vary your tone. So work on this aspect. You are fluent at most of the places. There was not an instance when you got stuck in between, and your answers were coherent in majority of the portion of the test. At certain places it was a little disengagement of the 2 sentences, but mostly it was good enough, like there was a connectivity between the sentences. So that's why I gave you 6.5. Had you done better in these aspects, you could have scored 7, even more than that. So prospects are good. You can still improve from this point, and you can go to 7.5 easily. Okay, Amit, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Shall I begin the test?
Yes.
My name is Ashwini. I'll be taking your IELTS speaking test, and I'll begin with the introductory part. Firstly, tell me your full name.
My name is Amit Singh.
And how may I call you?
You can call me by my first name, Amit.
Okay. Amit, can I see your ID?
Yes, sir. Here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Amit, are you a student or you work?
I'm a student, sir, and right now I'm pursuing BSc Electronics from Government College.
Okay. Amit, now I'll ask you some questions about newspapers or magazines.
Okay, sir.
So, do you read any newspaper or magazines on a regular basis?
No, sir. I'm a student right now, and my hands are full, so I don't have so much free time to read any kind of newspaper and this thing. But on weekends, whenever I get time, so I prefer to read magazines.
Is there any specific newspaper or magazine that you read?
I don't know, sir. No, there is no any kind of specific, I don't prefer to read any kind of specific magazine and newspaper. There is a newspaper, Punjab Kesari, which come at my home. So whenever I get time, I read.
So what benefits do you receive with this activity by reading magazines or newspaper?
There are several benefits. I get a lot of knowledge out of this, and I get to know about what is happening around the world. And also I'm a student, so I get some knowledge about the my capability of reading also improved due to this.
So what type of news do you specifically like reading?
Some catchy news is regarding something happening in environment, if someone has any technology come, and this kind of news take my consideration.
Okay, now I'll ask you some questions about shops and markets. Are there any big markets in the area where you live?
No, sir. I belong to a rural area, so there are not any kind of big market.
How often do you visit in the markets?
Whenever I get free time, and I prefer to shop some fundamental things which is very necessary for me, like some clothes and these things.
Are there specific markets for a particular good or service?
Yes, sir, there are, like in my area there are several markets which are like in market there is a specific market for clothes in which you can only buy the clothes, and also there is some markets regarding like bikes and other things. So I can say in my area there is specific market for several things.
Do you visit fixed shops for certain things?
Yes, sir, I like to visit some shops which provides very good quality products, and I also I have some good bonding with the shopkeepers, so I love to go there.
Okay, this is the end of part 1. Let's move on to part 2. You can make notes for 1 minute, then you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. It's a cue card, and the cue card statement is: describe a teamwork you have been part of, what the job was, which role you were assigned, and how you performed. अक्सर आइल्स के स्टूडेंट को सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आती है राइटिंग मॉड्यूल में, और मेरा एक सीधा सा समाधान उनको ये होता है कि वो एक्सपर्ट्स की राइटिंग को पढ़ें, समझें, उसके अंदर से सीवीजी गेन करें, कंटेंट वोकैब ग्रामर गेन करें, जिससे धीरे धीरे करके उनका बैंड स्कोर भी इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा। हमारी खुद की लिखी हुई किताबें हैं। ये हमारी लिखी हुई टास्क 2 की किताब है, आर्ट ऑफ राइटिंग एसेज। इसमें तकरीबन 100 ऐसे हमने खुद लिखे हैं, और पूरी वोकैबुलरी भी उसमें मेंशन है, मीनिंग्स के साथ मेंशन है। और साथ में हमारी जो टास्क 1 है, आर्ट ऑफ राइटिंग रिपोर्ट, इसमें 80+ हमारी रिपोर्ट्स हैं, लाइन ग्राफ, बार ग्राफ, पाई चार्ट, टेबल्स, मैप और फ्लो चार्ट। अगर आप इन बुक्स को एक्सेस करना चाहते हैं तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक से आप हमारी मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन पे आएँ, और वहाँ से आपको ये दोनों किताबें मिल जाएंगी। ओके, आई विल स्पीक अप।
Well, sir, I don't like being a part of any kind of team because I don't make me comfortable. Like I cannot move freely, and I have to like a certain job which I have to do in a team. So I love prefer doing job alone. But it was a time when I was in like second year. At that time I had to be a part of team, and the college provided us an assignment, and we had to make a model of our infrastructure regarding the roads and other things and other buildings. So the college department facilities divided us in four people team. So we were four people in a team, and they were very quite good, because they were very at that time they changed my view of doing teamwork, because they were quite good in this thing, and I was somehow lacking in information about the project, because at that time I was not present in the college when they give us the assignment, but they somehow fulfilled my flaws. They somehow fulfilled my flaws, and they were very, as I told you, they were very good, and they somehow managed to do all the work by themselves, and I had some little work I had to do in this thing, I have to make some maps, and they somehow built all the infrastructure by themselves, rather than I didn't have to involve in this so much. And I didn't perform very good in this project. It was a nostalgic moment for me, because somehow it improved my point of view regarding teamwork also. So I think it was the only teamwork which I had done in my life.
Okay, let's move on to part 3, which is follow-up section. How important is it to work as a team for difficult jobs?
Well, sir, being a part of team which will help people a lot. People can fulfill their flaws as well as, and they can somehow improve their knowledge about the product, and they some dangerous things they can perform easily by teamwork also.
Do you think that a team can work without a leader?
No, sir. In my perspective, someone has to be leader, because they need someone who can guide them and motivate them towards the work, and also leader should be there in tough situations, and he can also make he can take consideration everyone. He can also get the best out of people by getting to know about them in particular way. So it will be beneficial for people having a team leader.
What problems do people face while working in a team?
Like people do not feel intimacy and harmony is also a tough also a part of difficulties. Like people do not like to do work with each other, and somehow they think that he will put us back because of some flaws in if someone has some flaws, and some people think that they feel inferior to him, they feel superior themselves to them, so somehow this also affect the team also. So this is the thing which can a team face.
Give a couple of examples where teamwork is highly important.
So there are several things, like in making infrastructures, like building roads and some flyovers and some buildings, and also in like sports, teamwork is also essential, and also in like some managing all the things regarding like in market and public transport.
Okay, Amit, this is the end of your speaking test.